In our world, being connected with others often makes us happy. Feeling alone can hurt a lot. Loneliness is not just a feeling. It stops us from enjoying the company of others and happy moments together. If you've ever felt alone, you know how it can make you feel sad and empty. But you can beat loneliness even if you are shy or scared of being rejected. Emma's story shows us that with small and steady steps, anyone can change their social life and make friends. Let's look at her journey and see how she went from feeling lonely to having a happy social life.
Emma sat by the window, watching the world outside. She felt lonely every time. She saw groups of friends laughing and talking together. At 17, Emma wanted to have friends too. But she was very shy. She felt trapped by her own fears and didn't know how to start making friends. Emma wanted to be a part of the world outside her window, but she didn't know how to break free from her loneliness. Emma's first problem was her shyness. She found it hard to talk to new people and start conversations. At school, she often ate lunch alone, watching her classmates talk and laugh together, but she was too scared to join them. She felt invisible and wished she could be brave enough to talk to them. Emma decided she had to make a change, even if it was just a little at a time. She started by smiling at people in the hallways and making eye contact. It was hard at first, but she noticed that people often smiled back at her. This small action gave her a bit of confidence. Slowly, she began to say hi to her classmates, even though it felt awkward. She realized that many people were friendly and happy to say hi back. These small steps helped her feel a bit more confident in starting conversations. Emma's second problem was her fear of being rejected. She worried that people wouldn't like her or would think she was strange. This fear stopped her from trying to make friends and kept her feeling alone. She was scared that if she talked to people, they would reject her and she would feel even worse. Emma learned about changing the way she thought about things. She read that if she could change her negative thoughts into positive ones, it might help her feel less afraid. Instead of thinking, "They won't like me," she started telling herself, "I have interesting things to share, and people might enjoy getting to know me." This new way of thinking helped her feel more positive and gave her the courage to talk to people. She found that many people were kind and interested in what she had to say. Emma often worried about every conversation she had. She would think about what she said and worry that she made a bad impression. This made her anxious and afraid to talk to people again. She didn't know how to stop these thoughts, and it made her feel even more isolated. To help with her overthinking, Emma started practicing mindfulness. She found a mindfulness app and began meditating for a few minutes each day. This practice helped her stay focused on the present moment, instead of worrying about the past. When she was talking to people, she tried to focus on the conversation instead of her own worries. This made her feel more relaxed and helped her enjoy talking to others without the fear of making mistakes. Emma realized that part of her problem was not knowing how to keep a conversation going. She often found herself stuck in awkward silences and didn't know what to say next. This made her feel even more inadequate and lonely because she didn't have the skills to talk to people easily. Emma decided to learn more about how to talk to people. She read about conversation starters and social skills. She practiced asking open-ended questions, which are questions that can't be answered with just yes or no. She also learned to listen carefully and respond to what others said. These new skills helped her feel more comfortable and made her conversations more enjoyable. She found that people liked talking to her because she showed interest in them. As Emma put these solutions into practice, she noticed big changes in her life. She started making friends at school and joined the school's book club, where she met people who liked the same books she did. Each small step she took helped her build more confidence. She learned that her fears were not as big as they seemed, Emma's journey from loneliness to having friends wasn't easy, but it was worth it. She discovered that making friends is about taking small steps, thinking positively, staying in the moment, and learning new ways to talk to people. Her story shows that it's possible to overcome loneliness and find the friendships you want. If you ever feel like Emma did, remember that you can change your situation too. With patience, practice, and a positive attitude, you can make friends and find a place where you belong.
After listening to Emma's inspiring story, why not try learning some vocabulary with simple examples?
Loneliness. Feeling sad because you are alone. Example. She felt loneliness when she sat alone in her room on a Saturday night. Companionship. The feeling of having friends or someone to be with. Example. Having a pet can provide companionship and make you feel less alone. Shyness. Feeling nervous or timid around other people. Example. His shyness made it hard for him to speak up in class. Insecurities. Feelings of not being good enough or doubting yourself. Example. Her insecurities about her appearance made her avoid social events. Social situations. Places or events where people interact with each other. Example. She found social situations like parties and gatherings very stressful. Conversations. When two or more people talk to each other. Example. They had an interesting conversation about their favorite books. Classmates. Other students in the same class at school. Example. She shared her notes with her classmates to help them study. Courage. The ability to do something that frightens you. Example. It took a lot of courage for him to speak in front of the large audience. Confidence. Believing in yourself and your abilities. Example. She walked into the interview with confidence, ready to answer any question. Rejection. Being turned down or not accepted. Example. He felt bad after the job rejection, but decided to keep applying elsewhere. Negative thoughts. Thinking about things in a bad or pessimistic way. Example. She couldn't stop her negative thoughts about failing the test. Positive mindset. Thinking about things in a good or optimistic way. Example. With a positive mindset, he believed he could overcome any challenge. Overthinking. Thinking too much about something, often causing worry. Example. She spent the whole night overthinking her conversation with her friend. Interactions. When people communicate or do things with each other. Example. His interactions with his co-workers were always friendly and professional. Anxious. Feeling worried or nervous. Example. She felt anxious before her big presentation. Mindfulness. Paying full attention to the present moment without judgment. Example. Practicing mindfulness helped her stay calm and focused. Meditation. A practice where you focus your mind for a period of time, often for relaxation. Example. He did meditation every morning to start his day with a clear mind. Present moment. The current time right now. Example. She tried to live in the present moment instead of worrying about the past. Skills. Abilities to do something well. Example. She learned new cooking skills by watching online videos. Conversation starters. Questions or comments used to begin a conversation. Example. She used conversation starters like, "What do you do for fun?" to get to know people. Open-ended questions. Questions that require more than a yes or no answer, encouraging a detailed response. Example. She asked open-ended questions like, "What was your favorite part of the trip?" to keep the conversation going. Active listening. Fully concentrating, understanding, and responding when someone is speaking. Example. He practiced active listening by nodding and repeating back what his friends said. Isolation. Being separated from others, feeling alone. Example: he felt a deep sense of isolation after moving to a new city where he didn't know anyone. Improvement. Making something better or becoming better at something. Example: her improvement in math was noticeable after she started tutoring sessions. Friendships. Relationships between people who like and support each other. Example: their friendships grew stronger as they spent more time together. Book club. A group of people who read and discuss books together. Example: she joined a book club to meet new people and talk about her favorite novels. Interests. Activities or subjects that you enjoy and find engaging. Example: his interests include painting and hiking. Perseverance. Continuing to do something despite difficulties or delays. Example: her perseverance in learning the piano paid off when she played a beautiful piece at the recital. Self-improvement. The process of making yourself better, often through learning new skills or habits. Example: he focused on self-improvement by reading books on personal development. Belonging. Feeling accepted and comfortable in a group. Example: she felt a sense of belonging in her new school after making several friends.
Do you find Emma's story helpful? If so, remember that you too can embark on a similar journey. Overcoming loneliness and making meaningful connections is possible with patience, practice, and a positive attitude. Click on our other videos to learn more about building confidence, improving social skills, and learning English through stories. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content and practical tips to help you on your English learning journey.